Good evening, friends, and welcome to yet another very interesting session of Candid Meena. And today we'll be discussing as to how, as we know that the India has just made a lot of strike in defense, and many of the Pakistani top seven locations, including in Sialkot, Lahore, and where the air defense of Pakistan, the HQ-9 air defense of Pakistan Army in Sialkot, Lahore, and many other locations in Pakistan, they suffered huge damage. And the funny part is that the HQ-9 missile defense system units has been developed by China, and it was very inefficient in stopping these Indian drone strikes in response to the Pakistani missile debris found in Amritsar. So you can see that the whole Chinese technology, army technology, which the Chinese sold to the Pakistanis for a huge sum of money, has become useless. It has been exposed, right? They cannot. Pakistan can no longer rely on the Chinese arms and their technology, and this is a proven fact as of now. And our the brilliant Indian Army has given a befitting reply, because there were so many missiles headed to India, right? And we, thanks to the S-400 defense system, the Russian S-400 defense system, we were able to shoot almost these 15 missiles, which were headed to various Indian places like Srinagar, Pathankot, Amritsar, Ludhiana, Chandigarh, and other locations. So you can talk about that. Yes.
Yeah. In fact, what is very important is that, Jaydev, that we have our own Iron Dome, and it is called the Akash Steed, which has been activated against Pakistan. So all these attacks in the night, as they came as cowards, to attack our cities and our military sites, it was stopped by none other than our own Iron Dome, which is Akash Steed. So we're very proud people that whatever Prime Minister Modi has done has been to protect our country. And also here you see that who is Sophia Qureshi, the spokesperson for the armed forces. She is, the daughter of Muhammad Qureshi. He served in the Indian Army. He said, "I'm old now. I fought in the war against Pakistan in 1971 and helped separate Bangladesh. If we get one more opportunity, we will destroy Pakistan." So she is the proud daughter of such a father, including the grandfather was also in the army. Now, my question to you, friends, first let me welcome all of you. Lena, Aban, and also Mecha, and also Gurbi. So, Jaydev, you could just show the chat, okay? Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, friends, is that are you aware of what Sindhu stands for? In Operation Sindhu, everybody has understood that it is a revenge against, Pakistan for making many of our women widows. Okay, so it is the widows' revenge against Pakistan. But there's also another acronym to this word Sindhu, and it stands for Strategic Initiative for Neutralizing Destructive Opponents with Overwhelming Retaliation. So that is what Sindhu stands for. Sindhu stands for Strategic Initiative for Neutralizing Destructive Opponents with Overwhelming Sindhu. Now, friends, everybody, as you know, the people in the opposition, you're talking about Congress and India Alliance and other opposition parties, they keep asking for proof. Now, the LET chief Hafiz Saeed's family has been completely wiped out by the Indian Air Force. And who paid funeral prayers for them? Who paid them so much of respect was none other than the Pakistan Army and Hafiz Saeed sympathizers. So they pretended that these are civilians. Actually, they were all terrorists who were killed. And you think for civilians they will put the flag and everything? No, they won't. So these are martyrs according to them. These terrorists.
Yeah, it's not Hafiz Saeed. It is Mazhar Azub, right?
LET. Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, so I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Pakistan's attempts late last night and early this morning to escalate tension with India by targeting military installations in 15 cities in the northern and western parts of the country, including Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, and Gujarat, have been negated, and we stand very proud with the way our forces under Prime Minister Modi has acted. Now, the government said Indian forces responded by targeting and neutralizing Pakistani air defense radars and systems in several locations, including Lahore, in response to Pakistan's attempts to attack military facilities in Srinagar, Pathankot, Amritsar, Ludhiana, Chandigarh, and other locations. Now, Indian forces' response to this was in the same domain with the same intensity as the attacks launched by Pakistan. Now, forces used drones and missiles that were disabled by India's air defense systems. ANI Harpy drones were used by India to destroy Pakistan air defense, while India then used the Russian-made S-400 defense system to shoot down missiles aimed at its cities. Now, debris from the destroyed drones and missiles is being collected, the government said, and will add to the volume of evidence supporting India's charges that Pakistan or the Pakistan deep state supports cross-border terrorism targeting India, whether by financial funding or military training. Now, attempted military action against India comes a day after Indian armed forces carried out precision strikes at 4 terrorist camps in Pakistan and 5 in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir or POK. Now, Operation Sindhu, as the strikes were codenamed, spanned a 25-minute period that began Wednesday morning at 1 a.m. and included a barrage of 24 munitions, from hammer, smart bombs to scalp missiles, that destroyed terrorist groups' headquarters and training camps. Over 100 terrorists were killed in the strikes. Now, Wing Commander Vyomika Singh said that Pakistan has intensified ceasefire violations, resulting in the loss of 16 lives, compelling India to retaliate. She said 16 innocent lives have been lost, including 3 women and 5 children, due to Pakistani firing. India was compelled to respond to bring mortar and artillery fire from Pakistan to a halt. Now, Indian armed forces reiterate their commitment to non-escalation provided it is respected by the Pakistani military, is what she said. Now, friends, one more thing is that
friend, I just want to interject. This is Jaish terrorist and mastermind of IC-814 airline. If you remember the Indian Airlines flight 814, which was hijacked. So the mastermind of that particular operation, Mr. Abdul Rauf Azhar, he was killed in Operation Sindhu. So that's a huge achievement for the Modi government. And I do hope that Masood Azhar, the JEM chief, whose 10 family members was also killed, they should go after Hafiz Saeed, the mastermind of 2611, and also Masood Azhar, right? So all these two people, they should, try to, eliminate them. So hopefully we'll get some good news very soon. Yes.
Yeah. Also, friends, now the Indian Air Force have targeted Chinese-made air defense radars at a number of locations in Pakistan and destroyed the system in Lahore on Thursday after Islamabad attempted to strike 15 military targets in India in response to Operation Sindhu. Now, HQ-9 missile defense system units developed by China were hit, effectively rendering now the Pakistani army defenseless. So this is very important, friends. Now, what I'm going to say next is going to be very interesting for you, friends, because these are the findings of the Pahalgam investigations. And this is something that I had also mentioned on the day this happened, that the tourist, tourist group, the tourist, the management, the tourist, guides all needed to be checked as to why these people were taken to this isolated area. Now, the findings of the Pahalgam report is that Indian intelligence agencies have uncovered that everyone from horse owners to Belpuri vendors were part of the terrorist sleeper cells. Every individual present at the scene, whether filming or pretending to help, were involved. So this is all going to come as a shock for you, friends. So the Indian intelligence agencies have uncovered that everyone from house owners to Bhelpuri vendors were part of the terrorist sleeper cells. Every individual present at the scene, whether filming or pretending to help, was involved. After the attack, they all vanished. Not a single vendor who had set up shop remained. Approximately 35 terrorists were present at that site at that time. For nearly a month, they had been staying in nearby homes. Notably, not a single family member reported their presence to the police or the military. Considering this, if 35 terrorists stayed in your home as guests for a month and no one alerted authorities, what does that imply? Now, Honorable Amit Shah has stated tour and travel services never bring tourists to that specific location without police permission. Yet on that day, buses carrying tourists arrived there without informing the police. A large number of tourists were present. Now, there were two plans. The terror plan A was that the terrorists intended to open fire simultaneously, killing multiple Hindus. They had a stockpile of AK-47 smuggled via drone from Pakistan. 4 terrorists went to retrieve the weapons while the others waited. However, their vehicle brakes failed, forcing them to abandon it and switch to donkeys and motorcycles. As a result, not all the weapons arrived, so Plan A failed. Now, Plan B was a donkey cart driver hid the remaining weapons under the grass. 2 terrorists arrived on the cart. 2 others came on an unregistered motorcycle seized earlier. The rest were already disguised at the scene. Now, 4 terrorists opened fire, killing people while others kept watch, even without weapons. Imagine the carnage if all weapons had arrived. Survivors now claim on TV, I left 10 to 20 minutes before. We ran after seeing it from afar. Now, local support was given to these terrorists. For a month, locals were providing the terrorists with food, water, and supplies 4 times a day. Yet no one informed the security forces. Their unity is evident in videos showing locals sheltering tourists, offering meals, and urging them to stay in their homes if hotels were distant. But is this kindness genuine? It's a facade, a tactic to deceive Hindus, knowing tourists are their sole income source. This hospitality only appears after attacks. So this is something that none of the mainstream are mentioning to you, friends. But this is what transpired, and this is what led to Operation Sindhu, and this is what it made Amit Shah ji and Modi ji and all to attack Pakistan. So, Jaideep, let's just take the comments. Lena says Sindhu stands for strategic initiative for neutralizing destructive opponents with overwhelming retaliation. Absolutely. Hindus attacked in Bihar similarly, like Pahalgam, asking the religion what is happening, have Indian Muslims lost? Now, friends, even in your areas, wherever you stay, please remember that all these people who come and say that, they are buying newspapers, old newspapers, or used any machines and TVs and all that. These people are just surveying the areas. Please understand, these are not people who are really sellers. So please be very alert when such people come to your neighborhood. These people are coming with a purpose. Whenever there is a house empty, they occupy it, and this is how the whole system works amongst them. Now, let me take a few more comments. Shiv says, Hindus attacked in Bihar, similarly like Pahalgams, asking their religion, what is happening? And they will make a movie on it. For now, they better stay shut only. And Lena says, astrologers have said, if there is a war, Pakistan will break up and get ruined. And 1 soldier was killed via their mortar shelling. It's an act of war. Welcome, Sukman. Always nice to see you. And Mala says, Modi has a soft corner for these useless Bollywood. Don't know why. They're all on the other side of our country mentally. I agree with you 100%. And Kabir says, all Khans should publicly criticize Pakistan, which, let me tell you, Kabir, they are not going to do. Yeah, back to you, Jeff.
Yeah, so as you expected that, this is the second day of the retaliation, and there's the Indian befitting reply to Pakistan. So now not a single word, in support of the Indian army from any of these Khans which you see in the picture. and the whole of Bollywood, just a handful of maybe one or two people spoke out. So this is not very surprising that at this, very, sensitive time of, for India, that none of these Khans they even utter a word, and especially, against Pakistan, they don't use the words Pakistan or Islamic terror. Also, the fact that friends, if you remember Mahira Khan, the Pakistani actress, she acted opposite Shah Rukh Khan in the film Race or Rise, whatever it is called. Now she tweeted,
Guys,
yeah. So I am grateful that I live in a country where I cannot dictate to say that I have a voice and I can use it. India, your war and hate rhetoric has continued for many years, have seen and experienced it with my own eyes. Your media fans the flames of division. Your most powerful voices remain silent in the face of genocide and war crimes. Silence not by law but by fear, and in that fear you claim victory. But to me, that silence is your greatest defeat. You attack cities in the middle of the night and call it a victory. Shame on you. My Pakistan, I love you. Maybe do the right thing. May we never stoop to that level, even after this heinous provocation. May peace prevail. Ameen. And Pakistan Zindabad. So, this is the same lady who, with a begging bowl, came to India for roles in Bollywood films. And SRK obviously gave her a big film role in the film Race. So, and this is how they show their gratitude to India.
so
So,
friends, yeah.
yeah,
So before you continue, Jaydev, I just wanted to speak about one more aspect that's very disturbing. Now, everybody in India has started saying boycott Turkey tourism, and anger has erupted across Indian social media after reports surfaced that six Turkish C-130, Hercules transport aircraft carrying military cargo had landed on Pakistan on Sunday. Several experts and commentators reacted sharply to the development, calling for a nationwide boycott of Turkish tourism and airlines. Now, Pavan Durrani, a social media user, said, "How many of you remember Operation Dost, where within 1 hour of the earthquake in Turkey, India was the first country to send relief teams, snakes?" His remarks reflected growing frustration over what many perceived as Turkey's betrayal after India's swift humanitarian support during Turkey's 2023 earthquake crisis. Now, also, let me also mention that Indians are joining in unity to become one and stand together against Pakistan and Pakistan's terrorism. Now, apparently, villas in Goa have said their name is the logo is Goa Villas. Can you show that, Jyoti? If you, it's on that. Due to Turkey's non-cooperative stance in the current global scenario involving India and Pakistan, we have decided not to offer any accommodation services to Turkish citizens in Goa. We stand firmly with our nation, Jai Hind. And Go Homestays also said we are officially ending our partnership with Turkish Airlines due to their unsupportive stand towards India. Going forward, we will no longer include their flights in our international travel packages. Jai Hind. So these are things we are very, very proud of. Thank you for that. And also, very importantly, friends, my request to all of you who are watching today, please, when you start the day, just pray for our forces, because the kind of work they are doing to protect us and our country, and our citizens is immense, and it is only under the leadership of Modi ji that this has happened. And each and every vote of yours has been very, very valuable, because if we had any other government other than Modi, we would have become slaves to Pakistan. Let me tell you that. It's only because Modi ji is in power and he has the right team, and he has made sure that his relationship with all the important countries around the world is good, that we stand strong today. So please, when you start the day, pray for our forces and ensure that we stand together as one hand. It's very important. So every time I say Jai Hind, it is Jai Hind. Please do stand with the country. We don't want any traitors in India. Yeah, back to you, Jai.
Yeah. Also, don't forget the fact that during 26/11 Mumbai attack, what did the Congress government in power do at the time? Did they give any befitting reply? No, right? And also the parliament attack and many other attacks by Pakistan on India. This is a tribute to also the victims of the past attacks in India, like the 26/11, the parliament attack, and many, people who lost their lives to this rogue nation of Pakistan. So,
Also, Jay, see, when let me ask you a very, very relevant question. Okay, now when this event happened in Pahalgam, they asked the tourists, "Are you Hindu or you are Muslim?" Okay, but they had no qualms in shooting and killing Muslims, Indian Muslims across the border who are from India. So they don't mind killing Muslims, who are from India. So, in what sense is religion important for them? They don't care about religion, they don't care about lives, they don't care about anything. They only create mayhem and run away like cowards. Yes, back to you, Jim.
as a small gesture, we should boycott the Bollywood
Absolutely.
films.
Yes.
Yeah, and Dawood is in some hospital in Karachi, so I do hope that he's also in the radar of the Indian Army. Yes.
Yeah, Lena says a very important thing. In 1971, Congress gave away everything India had won. And please don't forget, Lena, that yesterday Rahul Gandhi and his whole party looked like as though someone in their house had died. They were not jubilant like the rest of the Indians. They did not celebrate. You should have seen the kind of body language that these people showed. So it's absolutely, we should be ashamed of these opposition parties. They have no love for our country at all. Do you think they will do anything for the common man? Milvan says, I heard China has a hand in it because they cannot handle the tariffs by Trump and want to stop India from getting ahead. Yes, that's what I told you. See, like they're equipping Pakistanis in every way they can. Pakistan, feather in cap for Bollywood. Raj Mohan says, we stand with Modi and our brave soldiers. Absolutely. Send all Khans to Multan, I suppose. Multina. Ma'am, why these Khans are silent?
Isn't it quite obvious, Sanju?
Yeah. Meenaji, Operation Sindhu is actually a surgical strike on Bollywood. Bollywood Khan gang has become dumbos who are at loss for words now. And Ravi says, I don't watch any Bollywood movies for many years. Also, now let me tell you something more. Whatever this, event called Waves happened to bring these people together, let me tell you how stupid it was in many senses. Because you had, Karan Johar interviewing people like Kareena and Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika. And did you listen to their interviews? They don't have anything in their upper compartment, and they don't love India very much. So then why the hell are we supporting them is my question. And why aren't we promoting them as ambassadors? Bollywood is not soft power. Please let us get that straight. They are now down in the dumps because of how they have behaved and because of what they have done to people in newcomers who have come to the industry. Congress DNA is Muslim. One divided it and the other one lived in India to divide India from within. And Srinivas says, Bollywood ka upar aur neecha. Okay. Now, back to you, Jim.
Yeah, so friends, Shah Rukh Khan recently went at the Met Gala, right? And the funny thing is, no one in the Met Gala was able to recognize him. They saw this, a senior citizen dressed in rather awkwardly, right? He was dressed like a wannabe Johnny Depp or something like that with a cane in his hand. Maybe he was trying to be like a Batman villain or something. But whatever it is, these two ladies called Tayana Taylor and Ego looked not very sure, and they asked, who he is, right? And he said, my name is Shah Rukh Khan. So, Shah Rukh Khan, he got really, really snubbed at the MET gala, the Met Gala. And he had to explain who he is, and he's a so-called superstar in India. So this shows the fact that it seems that the whole of Bollywood, the whole of Khans, they have a midlife or midlife crisis or something like that. They can't get hold of reality, and they are quite delusional. And now they know that and especially after this attack on Pakistan, they don't know where they stand, right? Because the when you talk about the Hawala funding in Dubai and Pakistan and all these economic transactions, so all these things will come under the radar of the security agencies and all those things. So we'll have to see how these things go forward. Yes. Yeah. Your voice.
Yeah. Also, remember, Jaydev, that what the foreign minister for internal external affairs minister Dr. Jaishankar said is that our response was targeted and measured. It is not our intention to escalate the situation. However, if there are military attacks on us, there should be no doubt that it will be met with a very, very firm response. And this is what I like about him, because he doesn't mince words and he knows exactly what Modi ji has in mind, and he goes by those lines. Now let's go to just some comments. Veena says, whichever company gives them endorsements, please boycott these endorsements till companies leave these stars. And Nature says, to them, Indian Muslims are munafiq, those who don't participate in jihad. Hence, many Indian Muslims have been exposed using the flag test. A fox is always a fox. Yes. And when we give them importance, when the government gives these Deshdrahis importance, it is the public that gets hurt. Because ever since SSR has died, they have been completely exposed, and now they are in total doldrums. And can you imagine Karan Johar giving an interview saying that, I don't know why, Alia Bhatt didn't become famous after all those very beautiful movies that she's come in, or why Shah Rukh Khan has not become famous. So, sometimes you think that these people are living in another world where they don't exercise their brains at all. This is what I think, because every time they come in an interview, they talk almost bullshit, Now, best part in Taliban has refused to side with Pakistan. And Ashwini says, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Jai Jawan, Jai Modi ji. China will think many times now to just test India, I'm sure now. So here also, let me answer you, Ashwini. Now, see, Modi ji is a very clever person. As you know, he has a Gujarati mind. He weighs the pros and cons much before he acts. And one thing you must understand is that the very reason in the first and second tenure, why did he make such good relations with the world? It's very important that he got favors with them. And he also knew that, he could have a transparent relationship with them. And then what he did was, he also made sure that UN also understands their situation. And then what he did was, made sure that we do not attack Pakistan. It's only when Pakistan attacks us that we will retaliate. So India has always been known as a peaceful nation. They've never attacked anyone. And this is very important coming from Modi ji. So Lena says, why doesn't government help Taiwan against China? And Milburn Singh says, I think it's a good idea that someone here suggests Bollywood should be put on the front line. No, they only like to act as, army officers and commanders and all that, so that, they can show what they are not. They are worried about their big boss, says Susie. New India emerged. Absolutely. So with this, we say good night. Jai Hind, Jai Shri Ram, and please pray for our armed forces, pray for our leaders who are fighting for us and spending sleepless nights, thinking of ways to protect us. Good night, Jai Hind, and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.